Live from WPRI 12, this is The Rhode Show, the place for what's hot and happening. You're having fun, eating well, and living life on The Rhode Show.
Good morning and welcome to The Rhode Show. It is Wednesday, February 22nd, 2012, and I'm Will Gilbert.
Good morning, I'm Michaela Johnson.
And I'm Mary Larson.
A lot of twos today.
A lot of twos today, yeah.
Yeah. I like when that happens.
I do too. I do too.
We're coming off a fun day.
Yes.
Yesterday, we enjoyed our free skate, of course, at the Bank of America Skating Center. A lot of people came down, so we should thank everybody for, making the journey, coming downtown Providence with us. It was a really nice day. We couldn't have asked for better weather. The weather was great yesterday. A lot of nice people we met yesterday, so all went very well. It was a good day. Thanks again for coming out.
Thanks again. Yesterday, many of you know, celebrated Fat Tuesday, which means today is Ash Wednesday, but not everyone may have time to go to church. Pastors from one local church are hitting the streets to help busy believers mark the beginning of Lent. The Episcopal Diocese are setting up shop at Kennedy Plaza and Providence train station during this morning's commute, offering ashes and prayers for anyone interested. Rhode Island is one of a dozen states taking part in this unique program. The ashes began 7 this morning in Kennedy Plaza in Providence.
I think this is a fabulous idea.
That's a good idea.
I know a lot of people want to get their ashes because of work constraints and commitments and things like that. You're trying to find when the mass times are. Maybe you already missed one, or maybe you can't get to the last one.
So it's good. And who can't use a prayer?
I know, it's a show of the times, that people really need things while they're on the go. They don't have enough time to even stop to eat, so it's drive-through. I mean, that might be the next thing. Next year might be drive-through ashes.
Drive-through ashes.
While you get your coffee. Lean out the window. Excuse me. All right. Well, some students in Providence had the surprise of a lifetime last week when they had an unexpected meeting with the First Lady.
Where are you guys from? Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island.
Nice to see you.
She sounded like she was shocked that they were from Rhode Island. Students from the Wheeler School met with Michelle Obama during a White House tour. 30 students and 4 teachers were in Washington for a Model UN competition. Senator Reid arranged a White House tour for them, but they didn't know the First Lady would be surprising tourists that day with an unannounced meet and greet in the Blue Room.
That is fantastic.
What a surprise.
That is a great surprise.
Well, for one, even just to get the opportunity to tour the White House, I would love to do that someday. But can you imagine just turning the corner and...
There's the First Lady.
Hey, Michelle.
And to know now that they have video footage of it, so they can say,
here it is.
Exactly. Here it is.
I have proof. I really did meet her.
That is a great thing. Some more happy news. We already knew that food in Rhode Island is good, but now here's the proof. Chefs and restaurants from Providence and Bristol are among those on a list of semifinalists for the James Beard Foundation Awards. They are the nation's most prestigious food recognition program. The Dorrance is nominated for the Best New Restaurant and Rising Star Chief of the Year for Ben Suckle. Cook and Brown Public House in Providence was nominated in a new restaurant category, Outstanding Bar Program.
Nice.
Rhode Island's other 3 nominations are in the Best Chef Northeast category. Matt and Kate Jennings are nominated for La Lautière in Providence. Champ Spidell, who was just on the Rhode Show Monday, is nominated for Sermon in Bristol, and Cy Viswanath is nominated for DeWolf Tavern in Bristol. Congratulations to all of them.
And what I love, too, is that a lot of them have been on our show before.
Yes.
Maybe not the chefs personally, but the restaurants have been well represented. And that's great. I love to hear that.
So we luck out. We have great food right here in Rhode Island. You don't have to travel around the world. Stay right here.
Good. I mean, I've been to most of those restaurants right there, and I can totally back it up. We've got some good food here. The waistline is here to prove it.
I know you always speak very highly of a few of those in particular.
All right. We have a great show for you on the way today. Let's check what's coming up.
We talk exclusively with the family of actress Viola Davis. Hear about the inspirational impact she's having on her hometown.
They're up on the stage where Viola Davis stood, where Viola Davis acted, where she is just like, she is the icon in the city right now.
Plus, explore the great outdoors of the Ocean State. Mary takes us on a seal watch. We'll show you where to find them with your family.
And in the kitchen, we're cooking with executive chef Carlos De Mora from Fred and Steve's Steakhouse in Twin River. Learn the recipe for a mouth-watering pork dish.
Then, in Teen Talk, we check in with local high schoolers to talk about the topics that impact their lives. Today, the pain of bullying.
You don't necessarily need to hit somebody to knock them down.
It's all coming up on The Rhode Show.
Central Falls native and now Oscar nominee Viola Davis started her career right here in Rhode Island, and no one is happy about her success being the Best Actress nominee more than her sister. I recently had a chance to catch up with her and talk about her sister Viola's accomplishments.
Who would have thought that the girl in this picture would someday be nominated for an Oscar for the box office hit, The Help? Her biggest fan, her sister, Dolores, knew it all along.
My sister has been into acting since she was 5 years old. She got her start in Jenks Park, right up the street, and I knew that she would be a Hollywood actress by the time she was 8 or 9 years old.
The students at Central Fall High School are looking to their hero on Oscar night.
She is the biggest inspiration for our students, especially the students I have in my drama class, because they're up on the stage where Viola Davis stood, where Viola Davis acted, where she is just like, she is the icon in the city right now.
A stage that would bring the Central Falls actress right to Hollywood.
My students are thrilled. They're basking in the sunlight of Viola as well. And they enjoy all the publicity that comes with it.
For Best Performance by an Actress in a Leading Role, the nominees are Viola Davis, The Help.
On the morning the nominations were announced, Viola's family were the first to get the call.
I told her, Viola, as soon as you find out, I want you to call me. And I guess she was at the hotel. They set her up in a hotel, and she says, I have to be up at 4 in the morning to put on makeup. And she says, when I find out, I'll tell you immediately. And of course, she always calls my mom first. And then as soon as people found out, I started getting text messages and phone calls, and we were all jumping up and down. I was in my theater class because I teach theater, and we were going wild.
Viola's family is loving the attention that comes with the actress's success.
My family is really enjoying all of the fame that comes with my sister's fame. We're basking in, like, you know, Viola.
Viola is taking her family to the star-studded night.
I'm going to be honest, it's my second time walking the red carpet. And I got to tell you, the first time, I felt like I was in a dream.
Everyone in Rhode Island and Central Falls will have their fingers crossed that Viola will bring home the Oscar.
Central Falls loves Viola Davis. Viola has never forgotten where she came from, where her roots are. And her roots are in the city.
The Academy Awards are hosted by Billy Crystal this year, and they take place this Sunday night.
Today in Delicious Drinks, have you ever wanted to make top quality cocktails at home? Today's Providence Journal spotlights one mixologist who is the master in the art of drink making, and the cocktail guru himself, Jonathan Pogash, joins us this morning with his essentials for building a home bar. Good morning.
Good morning, Michaela.
All right, so first of all, we want to thank Cardi's for this fabulous bar that they brought in for us. And when you're making a home bar, you got to need liquor, right?
You definitely need liquor, and one from each category. At least one bottle from each category. And when I say category, I mean vodka, gin, rum. So I have a vodka down here.
This is handy.
Yes, this is nice, isn't it? There's a little bottle opener here, too, for your beer. Van Gogh Blue Vodka. I have some rum. This is Rum Clement. I have some cognac. This is Pierre Ferrand Cognac. Up here, I have gin, one of my favorite spirit categories from Givine. A couple flavored vodkas also, if you want to get a little nutty. I have whiskey. You should have a couple different types of whiskey. This one is a rye whiskey, which is one of my favorite, Rittenhouse.
Okay.
Mezcal and tequila. Now, tequila, this is from Partita. Today's National Margarita Day.
It is?
Yes.
I actually knew that.
so why not make yourselves a margarita at home?
Why not?
Mezcal is sort of the cousin to tequila, also made in Mexico. And then you have some liqueurs. Let me just come around
sweeten
here
it up a little bit. I like
just
liqueurs.
to kind of vary things up a little bit. This is an orange liqueur, vermouth for your Manhattans and your martinis. Elderflower liqueur. This is Saint Germain. This is Marie Brizard. A couple flavored liqueurs, raspberry and triple sec for your cosmopolitans or your margaritas.
Yum.
Wine, of course. Let me come out around here. You have a Prosecco, Mionetto Prosecco for your sparkling wine cocktails.
Okay.
You have a champagne for sipping, for enjoying with your friends.
Love that. Celebrate.
Yes.
That's fantastic. And this bar holds it all. I mean, that's a lot of stuff.
If
you don't like one or the other. You know, you can of course mix and match whatever you prefer.
Absolutely.
Now, how about for the mixers? Because I know this is where a lot of people go wrong. They have a certain type of liquor, but they don't know what to mix with it.
Right. It's really simple. If you have a few essential ingredients, simple ingredients for your bar, fresh is better, definitely. So your juices, get your fresh lemon juice, your fresh lime juice. Juice these right before your event or right before you start your cocktail.
Okay.
Some high-quality sodas for mixing. This is Yacht Club soda. I've used them many times before. Ginger beer for your dark and stormies.
Great.
Some syrups. These are great quality syrups. You can also make your own simple syrup using just Domino superfine sugar with water, and that's what's going to sweeten your cocktail, as opposed to the pre-mixed margarita mixes or anything like that.
Yeah, sometimes those aren't as good. Now, when you serve the drinks, everyone sees a lot of different glasses. What glasses would you say are the basics that you should have at your home bar?
So basically you should have a martini glass, which is right here. You should have your highball glass, your rocks glass, a wine glass, which can also serve many purposes for different types of cocktail. This is, if you prefer plastic, these are
I like
plastic,
these. Just in case, you never know.
Just in case, you never know. Oh, that fell on the floor. You're fine. Punch bowl, I think, is definitely great if you're having a large gathering.
Very versatile.
A pitcher as well if you want to do a pitcher drink.
Love that. All right, now we have to mention this book that you have on the table too.
Yes.
People who are trying their hand at becoming a bartender, you have a helpful book there.
Yes, this is the Mr. Boston 75th Anniversary Edition, and I edited this. 1,500 recipes.
1,500?
1,500.
Wow.
Some of them are my personal recipes, and some are from terrific bartenders from around the world. Great tips in here how to make your own syrups. I forgot to mention that you should have some bitters at your bar as well.
Always need that.
Yep, and then so this is a great book available on my website, thecocktailguru.com.
Excellent.
As well as a full bar kit so that you're able to produce these drinks at your home.
What are you using?
So I'm using a Boston shaker. This is the mixing glass and the mixing tin. A couple different types of jiggers. This is for measuring out your ingredients. And a couple types of strainers. This is called a Hawthorne strainer. That's a julep strainer.
Great. Well, we want to thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
So many helpful items here. You can make up 1,500 drinks if you'd like, and you can learn more. You can learn more of Jonathan's tips and tricks, plus his recipe for the perfect Bloody Mary by checking out the food section of today's Providence Journal.
We are in the Rhode Show kitchen this morning with Chef Carlos DeMora from the fabulous Fred and Steve's Steakhouse. We're making pork.
Alan.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend.
My pleasure.
Okay. Now let's take a look at some of the ingredients we have to to make this great dish. And you know it's a great dish when we have 3 pans out and everything's getting ready to be going.
That's for sure. Today we're going to be making pork lasagna, a dish that came from Portugal. We're going to have pork. We have oil, salt and pepper, pickles, we have a garlic, and also have hot pepper rings, and little necks, and also potatoes, and not least but last, we also got wine, white wine.
Okay, now is this a traditional Portuguese recipe?
Yes, it is.
We have so many Portuguese people here in in the community.
It's a recipe that came from Portugal, and we also feature in our menu at Fred and Steve's. And today we're going to be preparing. It's a very, very popular dish, and you're going to enjoy it.
I was going to say, in this state, there are so many Portuguese people. When you make a dish like this, you need to make sure you get it right.
Absolutely, and we get some great review about customers that visit our restaurants. They're impressed.
Now, you said this is the pork. About how much are we going to need for this recipe?
For this recipe, we're going to use about 2 pounds of pork.
Okay.
And about a half a pound of potatoes, and about 8 little necks. And that's a recipe.
And any particular, potato? I mean, there's so many different variations of potatoes. Anything, can we use red potatoes?
No, you can't.
Or is this your traditional?
You can use any kind of potatoes. They'll be fine. Either your potatoes is fine. Any kind of potato is fine for that.
And little necks, I guess that would be a preference of how much you want to put in?
Absolutely. Depends how much you like seafood. If you like a lot of seafood, you put more. If you don't like it that much, put less, but it's great.
And how long is this going to take us?
It'll take about 45 minutes from start to the end.
Okay. All right, so we have all our ingredients together. We are going to get set to mix everything together and start cooking things up. In the meantime, back to you.
Harbor seals have been swimming to Rhode Island shores each winter, and if you haven't been able to see them in action, now's your chance. Seal watching is a family-friendly activity that gets you outdoors and could be a great way to get out of the house during the school vacation week. Take a look. A favorite winter activity of mine is seal watching. One of the best places to see seals on foot is the Chaffee Nature Preserve at Rome Point. The easy hike is just over a mile long, and it's perfect for families and pets.
We're from Jamestown, and we come to Rhode Point all the time because we have a dog. So usually once a year we come in the winter and see seals.
How would you describe if you had to give them general directions about how to get to the seals?
Take the exit before you go over the bridge.
Yeah, you have to make a left turn. It's not obvious, but you make a left turn and just walk as far as you can, and when you're at the end of the point, you'll know you're there.
When you reach Rhode Point, look out towards the 7 Rocks. If you're lucky, you might see some harbor seals, like these little guys right here. You'll want to plan your trip for just before low tide. Bring some binoculars, otherwise you won't see the seals too well.
A lot of them are this really light gray color, and they often sit up with like their tails angled up a little bit. Every once in a while you can actually catch one swimming or diving into the water, but there's a really big one right towards the end.
I was able to find someone with a great telescope setup.
There's some pretty seals out there, and that's what I'm looking for. And I set this new camera up on my scope, and that's what I'm trying to do. That way I can bring a picture of a seal home and send it off to my nieces on the computer, and I think they're going to like that.
And if you forget to bring your binoculars, don't fret. There's always someone willing to share.
I learned how to do this right here. A year ago, 2 years ago, I was down here looking at the seals, and somebody just happened to have a scope set up just like this, and they let me look through it, and I went home the next day and bought one.
After a great afternoon of seal watching, the tide started to come back in, so it was time to start heading home. The seals will be here in Rhode Island until April, so be sure to go out and check them out before low tide, wear some comfortable shoes, and definitely a warm coat. For more information about Rhode Island harbor seals, head out to WPRI.com.
This morning in Teen Talk, all week long, we are checking in with our roadie teens with topics from peer pressure to relationships, and today we're tackling bullying. Today in Teen Talk, we're discussing the issues with 4 local high school students from all across the Ocean State, and today we're touching upon the subject of bullying.
I'm going to say that you don't necessarily need to hit somebody to knock them down.
Because like going into high school, everyone's like, oh, I don't want to get pushed in the locker, I'm a freshman. I've never seen that happen in my, I haven't seen that since like after school shows and stuff like that. But there's so much other bullying that goes on with the peer pressure and saying, oh, I can't even believe what she's wearing, what he's wearing. And people don't realize how much that it can knock someone down and make them really like look at themselves in the mirror and not like what they're seeing.
Have you ever been bullied? Have you bullied someone else? Do you even want to admit to that?
I've been bullied, yeah, to the point where I was taken out of school and like got like professional help for it, which has only benefited me today and like made me like a more confident person and taught me a lot. But it took like harsh words and mean girls to get to the point I am at. So.
You know, I've been bullied. It hasn't been a while. Like I would say more like even back like in lower school. Like I used to go like the Hamilton School at Wheeler, which is for like people with like learning differences. And I mean, obviously like we were like probably like 10 and 11, so people like it's not like people aren't like PC yet, I guess.
But you can be bullied at any age.
Right, exactly. But people would like make fun of like people from not even just people from Wheeler, but like for being in Hamilton, like, oh, you guys can't spell like the word dog and stuff like that, which is, I mean, is not me. It might be the case, but even if it is, it's like neither here nor there.
Like thinking about like sports and stuff, like thinking, oh, how did you miss that shot?
Right, yeah.
How did you do that? Why did you do that? And making them feel like they brought the whole team down. And I wouldn't really think about it at that point thinking it was bullying, but when you look back on it, I wouldn't really want someone saying that to me because it makes you feel guilty.
Was there ever a time that you saw someone bullied or you were bullied yourself and you stepped in or you did something about it? I mean, what was your reaction to that?
I've had a situation where an upperclassman was bothering an underclassman. He has a learning disability of some sort or some sort of developmental disability, and I had to say, hey, knock it off, like you need to stop.
So you stepped in? And did it end there? Was that?
It ended there. I haven't seen it since. I never saw anything since then, but it felt good to say that.
Good for you.
There's an instance in high school basketball. We have a player on our team who has Down syndrome. And he always played for us because he was a good player. He was great. And we loved him like he was our own child. Like he was awesome. But we'd go in places and people would start making fun of him. And the team as a whole, we would just back him up completely because, I mean, he can't support himself. He can't really back himself up, and it kills me to see someone pick on someone who can't fight back.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like there's a difference in gender in terms of how girls bully each other as opposed to how guys bully?
Yes. I mean, everybody can be mean, everybody, and there's bullying for both. But I mean, I just feel like I'm not a boy, but I just feel like teenage girls are so mean. So mean.
Teenage girls like to hide behind the computer screen or the phone also a lot more than boys would. Boys, a lot of the time, they probably just brush it off if they go home, but girls will continue to tweet and tweet and tweet, and indirect tweeting is a new big thing, and don't include the person's name, but talk about them, so that's a big problem.
I think it's so much worse.
Guys bully people as opposed to girls. What do you?
It just ends. Like you get it over with, and then it's ended. It's ended.
Like boys being boys, like we kind of like rag on each other and like make fun of each other for small things. But I feel like usually it's like all in good fun.
Don't forget, you can always share your thoughts on the teen segments by posting on our Facebook page. To learn more about Tess, Alex, Brooke, and Maddie, head to WPRI.com. And still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we're checking in with TMZ as Lindsay Lohan prepares for another court appearance today. Why the actress says she's got it together now.
Plus, a great local restaurant to wine and dine. TV maitre d' takes us to a new East Providence restaurant. You're watching The Rhode Show, and we're back in 90 seconds.
It's time now to go inside TMZ for all the latest from Hollywood, and joining us now is Dax Holt. Now, Dax, it's her birthday today, but she might be having another birthday coming up. Is Drew Barrymore pregnant or what?
We actually have absolutely no idea. I can tell you the evidence that we have. There's a photo of Drew Barrymore. She is walking out of a medical facility, and if you look into her hand, she has a bunch of printouts of sonograms, and it's just her and her fiance walking out of this place. And so really, you can only kind of lean to one conclusion. Is she pregnant? And just hasn't actually released the information yet. We reached out to her people. Her people are saying no comment right now, but that is really all we have of it. There is no confirmation that she's pregnant, just that she's walking around with sonograms, and you know, it's not every day that someone just has a sonogram in their hand.
Yeah, definitely not a common thing. All right, Lindsay Lohan back to court again, but apparently she's actually giving the judge credit with helping her get it together. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. She's been telling her friends that she's just really happy with everything that's gone on with this judge. At the beginning, she did not like Judge Sotner at all, and then she has come to realize, wow, this woman really changed my life and is getting my career started again. You know, Judge Sotner and Sean Hawley, her lawyer, kind of sat down, made up a structured plan for her, and that really worked for Lindsay. And so now every month she has to report rather than just saying, okay, in a year come back and we'll talk about how your probation went. And so now, you know, companies are saying, hey, be in our movies. She's going to be doing SNL soon. She has this Liz Taylor movie that she's going to be doing for Lifetime. So, you know, Lindsay's career is kind of starting to turn around.
Yeah, let's talk about that Liz Taylor movie really quick. She's taking it very, very seriously. Is that correct?
Yeah, you know, I guess she's been sitting there watching all of Liz Taylor's movies, researching her on the internet, reading all of these interviews about her, YouTube videos, anything that she can find that is Liz Taylor. She is studying her mannerisms, how she talked, how she moved, all of that kind of stuff, and she really wants to be able to nail Liz Taylor down.
Wow, could she finally have it together? One can only hope. All right, Dax, thank you so much. And you can catch TMZ TV on our sister station, Fox Providence, at 7 p.m. Or for more information on any of the stories you just heard, head to our website, WPRI.com.
In this morning's Quick Bites, our TV maitre d' visits a new East Providence restaurant he says provides all the necessary elements for a nice night out. Here's Joe Zito with more.
You could say it's a place for great whining and great casual dining. Welcome to the Vineyard East here in East Providence.
That's right. I did say Vineyard, and here's why.
Well, we went with Vineyard East, a little play on words. Wanted to be more of an acronym for VYE, so we wanted people eventually to start calling it VYE. Hasn't worked out that way. They call it Vineyard East, and we're more than welcome to hear him say it.
And it all happened for Jeff, a Johnson & Wales grad, on a trip to Vegas and a visit to the Grape Street Grill, where his epiphany occurred to open a place just like it in his wife's hometown of East Providence. And voila!
It's really comfortable, casual, you know, just fun dining. You know, I'm the owner here with my partner. We're here every night. We literally interact with the guests. We want them to have a good time. We serve some amazing foods, really just homegrown staff. I truly believe that's your biggest asset when you're in the restaurant business, and I've hired some amazing people. We had a lot of fun.
Here, in addition to dinner every night, there's a lot more.
We have a wine club here. We have 150 members right now, and that's only over the course of 8 months. So we're building it as it goes.
151.
151.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. You get a glass with engraving of your choice on it. You get discounted wines off the menu. You get free meal on your birthday. You get free entry into our wine tastings that we do a members-only wine tasting once a month. We also do another wine tasting every month. It's called a Taste Around the World right now. The first one we did was Spain. Second one we did was South Africa, which was last month. And now we're doing Portugal. We're right in East Providence.
And on this visit, Chef Ben Mayu tempted me with their signature dish, pork and clams in a fabulous rich brodo. A Portuguese classic.
He's got amazing ideas, puts the ingredients together really well, and matches up with a lot of the wines that I bring in.
Where is he anyway? Joe!
Oh, I thought I saw another bottle underneath the table. For the Rhode Show, I'm TV maitre d' Joe Zito with this week's Quick Bite.
Still to come this morning on the Rhode Show, we'll be back in the kitchen with Fred and Steve's Steakhouse making a pork dish, and you can find the recipe right now at WPRI.com.
Plus, the Oscars are just days away, but did you ever wonder who's picking the winners? Here's a hint, it's not us. We're going to talk about it next in The Buzz.
Are you sure?
You're watching The Rhode Show on WPRI 12.
Welcome back to The Rhode Show. This morning in The Buzz, the Oscars are looming and some big stars and even bigger films are poised to take away the gold on the Academy's biggest night. And this year, the Best Picture Oscar race offers a wide variety of genres and subject matters, all competing for Tinseltown's most coveted prize. But have you ever wondered who really picks the winner?
Yep.
A new study finds the people who determine the Oscar winners are mainly white and male. Los Angeles Times reports 94% of the Motion Picture Academy's voting members are white, 77% are men. The Academy president said the group is trying to diversify its membership roles, and it seems that maybe they are trying to diversify their reach as well with this year's nominees. This year's Best Picture nominations are The Help, The Artist, The Descendants, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, Hugo, Midnight in Paris, Moneyball, and The Tree of Life and Warhorse. All good movies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But who picks them?
I gotta say, I'm kind of not surprised by this, because I feel like, especially this year for the most part, there are a lot of ones that kind of fit the same sort of profile, and I don't want to say, it's the older generation, but it is. I mean, I like that The Help is in there, mixes it up, it's something different. What else we have? Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close, that was a different take on something as well. So this year, they are touching upon a few different things, but I almost wonder that when they're selecting the movies or the nominations, are they trying to hit those categories, while they're doing it, or does it just so happen to come out that way?
Yeah, a lot of the movies don't seem to be, other than The Help, it does. A lot of these movies don't seem to be very mainstream movies that your average person would go to see. I mean, no offense, I know The Artist is up for an Academy Award, but I just can't do it. I cannot sit there. I'm not that artsy type to sit there and watch that movie.
Are you artsy to see The Artist?
I just can't. I have very my patience are very weak.
That can be tough though.
Yeah, it could be tough.
Silent movie, it's done completely differently than before.
I had always thought that if you were a member of SAG, I always thought that you were able to get a ballot and vote on the Academy Awards once you were in the part of the union. But I guess that may not be the case. Either that, or the only ones who do send back their nominations are men and who are white.
Well, it's funny because I looked a little bit more at the study, and there were close to 6,000 people, and some of the people who you'd expect to be on it, like Woody Allen or George Lucas, aren't on it. But Madonna, Meatloaf, Pee Wee Herman are on it. Haley Joel Osment are on it, and it really has this weird bit of people who are doing it. As we said, mostly males. Very few, blacks or Hispanics are on it, and so it makes you question what's the rubric? What are they basing, their choices upon? Because myself included, I'm upset that Harry Potter was not nominated, and You know, joking aside, I mean, this is a film that, you know, was huge in the box office for now 10 years, and you just sit there and you say, what makes it? Why choose the artist, aside from it just being artsy?
Yeah.
No, I agree. You know, the success probably has something to do with, but for me, I didn't realize that some of the obscure names that are in the Academy, because to me it was always like, oh, the Academy. You know, it was always this kind of like hoity-toity, stuffy
Most
image in my head of, you know, you don't know who these people are. They're your, you know, your grandparents' friends that you know can just sit there all day and watch movies. They gotta watch so many movies.
Well,
I don't know where they find the time.
I also heard that a lot of the people who are, you know, voting members, you know, who can vote, half the time they don't even watch the movie.
Oh, I bet.
They get the ballot, they get the movie sent to them, and they basically just you know, check off you know, who they like or if their friends are in the movie. That's how a lot of times that's how it goes.
The median age is 62.
Right.
How many 62-year-olds go to the movies compared to 18-year-olds or 16-year-olds? I mean, if you think who's actually paying to go see the movies, it's a lot younger of a generation who's honestly going every single week, unless, you know, the 62-year-olds really go at 1 p.m.
Right.
I know my mom does.
The ballots, I'm sure, are like those tests that you would take in high school. It was the survey. So at first, you're actually reading the questions and you're answering them. Then by the end, you're going B, C, A, D.
When in doubt, pick C.
Yep, there you go.
Can I also point out one thing? If you were with us a few weeks ago, the three of us voted on what was the best picture.
Yes.
I cannot wait. Oh my God, I cannot wait for Monday to come and open up that ballot, because if I am right, I'm going to do the happy dance.
You can jump on the couch.
I'm going to jump on the couch like Tom Cruise and do a happy dance like you've never seen. This has been going in my mind for weeks.
I really hope he wins now. I would accept that. I hope you win.
You haven't seen my moves yet.
Oh God,
moves like Jagger.
Exactly.
All right, well, we've been buzzing about this. I know a lot of our Facebook and Twitter friends have been talking about it. It's a big night coming up on Sunday. Mary, what are people saying?
Well, Linda Shortman says, I try to see all of the Oscar-nominated films. It's a fun winter project, and I can usually predict about half of the winners.
Nice.
I was surprised Bridesmaids did not get a Best Picture nomination based upon its popularity this year.
Let me tell you, Linda knows her movies. She goes to see all of them all the time.
Kevin Oliver says, sometimes it works like that. I had never heard of The King's Speech before until it was nominated for a ton of awards, and then I became interested in it. Honestly, though, it may be the only movie that this happened for me.
That's true.
Beth Hashaway tweets, I do, because after I hear what they're about, I get more interested in the movie.
Yeah, it sparks more interest. I agree.
You too can weigh in by voting in today's poll. Do you see movies based upon Oscar wins? Yes, the Academy chooses great films, or no, I have different tastes. And here's a look at some other topics that are trending online today. Rumors of the iPad 3 are running wild around the internet this week. Supposedly the new tablet is going to feature an 8-megapixel camera, and it's going to have possibly a thicker case, might be a little easier to carry though, and luckily you won't have to wait much longer. The release date seems to be March 7th. The Providence Place Apple Store is gonna be busy. Some soccer fans decided to intimidate the opposing team by throwing snowballs at them during a tournament in Europe. This stunt took some serious organization. They got bombarded. And our next viral video shows a guy named Adam and his 90-year-old grandmother, who has a number of hit videos up on YouTube. The latest one is her tribute to Whitney Houston and has become a most shared video.
I'm doing this in memory of the late Whitney Houston. Very hard to think of her being gone.
I think we're going to have her on the show to see if her moves can compete with Will's. I'll be back at the end of the show with your poll results. For now, back to the kitchen. Michaela?
Thanks, Mary. Chef Carlos Demore from Fred and Steve's Steakhouse is joining us to make pork a la jana in the kitchen.
That's right.
I was just telling you, I was going pork a la jana, pork a la jana. How do you know that? My dad loves this dish. He would always come home from the Portuguese restaurant saying, I got pork a la jana again. It's my favorite. All right, so we're going to marinate the meat now?
Yes, we're gonna start with the pork. Usually what I do at the restaurant, we marinate these like a day ahead. Because that way it's gonna give all that flavor, that nice flavor for everything.
Yum.
Start with the wine.
What kind of wine are you using?
I use one of my best wines I have. That's usually what I do, because some people, if I can drink that wine, I'm not gonna use on my marinade. So that's what I do in my cooking.
That's true.
Nothing but the best. Do some chopped garlic.
Okay. How much garlic is going in there, roughly?
About 2 tablespoons of garlic.
Okay.
Salt and pepper, got them already mixed.
Nice.
Then you put a little hot sauce.
Ooh, love hot sauce. How much is going in there?
About a half a cup of hot sauce.
Okay.
A tablespoons of paprika.
Ooh, getting everything going in there.
Everything going. Then you mix them up.
Okay,
usually what I do, mix them up like a day ahead. Even 2 days will be fine, because the more time you give to marinate, the better it tastes, because it's gonna assimilate all that flavor.
Yeah.
Then that's what makes a big difference, because some people just marinate and try to cook it right away. Doesn't work. So
when
keep that time.
Can you just keep that in the bowl, and what you're putting in the fridge? You cover it. I mean, what's the best way when you're holding a marinade?
Put them in the fridge overnight. Put them in the fridge. Then the next day. And when you're gonna do it, you're gonna make sure you sear it nice, because that way it's gonna retain all that moist from that pork.
Okay.
That's a secret. That's a secret right there.
Oh, so there's a certain way to cook it that way it maintains as much of it.
all that flavor, enhance all that flavor. That's correct.
Oh, yum. And should you ever? I mean, is there a thing as over marinating?
There's no such thing with the pork. No such thing with the pork. Like I said, even 2 days. That's what I do at the restaurant. Marinate for 2 days. Then when you cook it, it gives a nice flavor. You can taste everything that you put in that marinade.
Excellent. Well, it sounds delicious, and we'll get cooking in just a little bit. Back to you.
Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, busy moms, listen up. Local mom blogger Audrey McClelland is giving us her quick and easy tips to get out the door without forgetting about yourself. And later, a local woman on a fitness journey shares a simple and nutritional meal to help spice up your routine. You're watching The Rhode Show, and we're back in 90 seconds.
Welcome back to The Rhode Show. Now, most moms are getting ready in the morning with very limited time, so it's all about making it work fast and easy. Regardless if you're a working mom or a stay-at-home mom, you still need to get ready in the morning and be out the door as fast as possible. Joining us this morning to share some quick tips for a fast and beautifying morning routine is local mom blogger Audrey McClelland. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so you brought along so many items, and you're used to having a busy routine because you have 4 sons of your own.
I have 4 boys. I know in the morning I have to be fast and quick. I have like 10 minutes. It took me 10 minutes today to get ready.
Get out.
I'm not kidding, because I usually have Henry on my leg, Benjamin on the bathroom sink, so I need to be fast, have my routine down. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you have 1 kid or 10. Having that routine down works.
Okay, it's still a busy, hectic time. So take us through some of these products that are going to help us get ready and get ready quick in the morning.
Perfect. Foundation. I always have to start with foundation. You know, for moms, there's 2 things, lightweight and natural. You don't want to make it too much. I actually combine 2. I brought my own to show. I like that. I have Nuance, Some Hikes Nuance, that you can get at CVS, and I also have CoverGirl's, it's called Nature Luxe, and it's a very lightweight, it smells delicious, but the combination of the 2, the beauty is it's still lightweight, but it stays on all day. I think for mom, that's a big thing. When we put our makeup on, we want it to stay on. We want it to stay put. We don't have time to be reapplying throughout the day.
Right.
So these are some go-to. Also, if you like powder form, obviously CoverGirl has different kind of formulas as well. Just easy, quick, fast in the morning.
And we never have time, of course, to lay out and enjoy the sun or something like that.
I wish I did.
What is your solution for that?
You know, a lot of moms always ask me about tanning, and I try the best I can to stay out of the sun. Obviously, sunless tanners are huge. Now, I've got some that I actually use. I Build a Tan, and Jergens, I would say, is one of the most popular ones that moms use, because it just gradually, you can adapt it to how you want it to be. If you want to go darker, use it every day. But also, I think it amps up that glow factor, which moms love.
Yeah, that nice natural glow. It seems like you've done something more.
You have a little glow on your cheeks. You feel like you're doing something right.
All right, now moving on to the hair. You said you got ready in 10 minutes. That includes, curling your hair.
It did. This is my trick. This is my trick. I can't believe I'm actually going to do this right now, but I go to bed, put this right on your, just like this, and all you do is you take strands of hair, twist it, and you literally loop it through, just like this. And you sleep like that. You wake up. My husband loves this when I go to bed like this,
I love this look.
You take it off. Like that. I can't believe I just did that. And you have, this is my whole head today was from doing this last night.
A little hairspray,
you literally wake up and you go.
Wow.
I put a little hairspray in just for morning TV, but other than that, this is like a quick, natural, easy curl. And I think moms too, you don't have time with the curling wand to stand there.
Yeah.
And then obviously a straightener. It's like my backup plan. So when I want to do the wave a chi, it gets it very fast. And Velcro curlers too. These are great. Sleep on them or wear them in the morning. I know you said you love these.
I do love those. They definitely help out. All right, so moving on now to makeup. You want to get glamorous.
You do, but you want to this is what I say to moms. You obviously have the makeup you love. Put it out the night before. When you wake up in the morning, a lot of moms have like, you know, makeup bags. Have everything out, lay it out. I use bronzer. It's my go-to. I love it. Know your skin type, which is another thing as well. Every mom have to know what's going to work in their skin. A lot of moms don't know how to actually apply eyeshadow. Well, I suggest get a palette. Like obviously you have these here, and there's instructions that come with these as well.
They always say like lid.
It does, and you know it's funny. A lot of moms in the morning, but once you do it once or twice, you have it down. A lip stain, but know your pieces. I like bronzer, eyeliner, eyeshadow, mascara. I'm out the door.
Keep it simple and basic. You can still look good. I love this too. This little pod.
Isn't that great? That's also a nuance by Salma Hayek. It's a little eyeshadow pod, and I just love the coolness factor of it.
Yes.
The luxury factor.
Yes.
It folds up, and you can store it just like that.
Nice. And really quickly, want to mention these few little extras that you've got here. Everything from hair elastics and sunglasses. And
well, teeth are important as well. So obviously you want to have white teeth. What I love about the Crest White Strips, you can do this in the morning. I wake up before the kids. 2 hours, pop it on, easy. And then for moms, everybody out there knows your go-to accessory have to be the sunglasses. You're doing a drop-off, you cover everything, and you also get a gorgeous hat. And then you are fabulous in the morning.
There you go. Everything's here to make you look great. And Audrey, thank you so much.
Thanks for making it
For
laugh.
more of Audrey's tips and a link to her blog, head to WPRI.com. Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we are back in the kitchen. Don't forget, you can cook along with us at WPRI.com. We'll be right back. We are back in the Rhode Show kitchen this morning, cooking with Fred and Steve's Steakhouse. Chef Carlos Demora joins us to make this fabulous dish. We're going to finish it up now.
Absolutely. The last step, this is what we do. We fry our pork.
And that's the pork
You
that...
gotta make sure that the oil is nice and hot.
It sounds hot.
It sounds hot. Everything's bubbling away.
Nice and hot.
And that's the pork that we were marinating. You showed us how to marinate earlier.
That's one to marinate for 2 days.
Okay.
Or 1 day, 2 days, just to get a nice flavor.
Okay.
Really
fry it
soak it
and
up.
get a pan. You're gonna get some little necks going. Put a little oil.
Oil in the
Then
pan.
put your clams.
Is this on high heat as well, just like the pork?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is on high heat.
You want them to crack open, right?
You always hear it when it's
sizzling.
Yeah, that's nice sizzling. You can put a little wine.
All right.
Again, the wine that you would drink.
That's correct. You're gonna stay away from the flame a little bit.
Oh my God!
Whoa!
That is so much higher than...
Yes, this is one of our dishes that we're presenting at our restaurant, which you have we also have another menu that we start the next month. Month of April. Popping over here.
That fire, the fire always gets us.
Yes, it's what these are. The wine, the alcohol,
I gotta
and the
turn the
bun.
fan on. Let's see here.
Woo!
Let's clear some of that out.
Yes, so next month we're going to start presenting a new menu. At $22, you get an appetizer, and you get 2 meals for $22.
Appetizer and 2 meals?
Yes, an appetizer, 2 meals, and a dessert. So now we know the economy is a little bad,
right?
But we take the hit, not our customers. That's how we roll as Fred and Steve's.
That is a great deal.
That's a good deal.
And 2 for 22. We also have a 3 for 33, which is an appetizer.
Oh my
You get an entree, you get a dessert. So we have menus that can suitable for everybody's budget.
I love
everybody.
that.
You go in. Okay, so you cook.
All right, so we got this.
So this is cooking
You got
up.
this- you got this one
How long
going.
this is cooked up for?
This you're gonna sear it for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
After 5 minutes, just sear both sides. Make sure that
Everything's
it's nice,
cooked through?
Everything's cooked through.
Right.
Then you can add your clams. You can mix your clams.
Okay.
A lot of people get worried when they cook pork to make sure that it's cooked just, you how do I know when it's cooked right? How long should I cook it? What are we looking for?
Yeah, in this situation, you're gonna look for the tenderness.
Okay.
When you use a fork and you go all the way through, that means it's done. So you're gonna know. Now to make the sauce, you're gonna add some more wine.
When you're saying more, I mean how much sauce is actually in there? About how much?
You're gonna no. Just a layer. You're gonna use about a cup of wine.
About a cup, okay.
Then you're gonna
It looks a little more than a cup to me, Carlos. Not that I'm complaining.
Well, depends. Some people like a little bit. Some people like a lot of wine.
That's all right.
So you're gonna let it simmer.
What are we throwing in there now?
This is a clam stock.
Okay.
Just clam stock. Okay.
Yes, about 2 cups of clam stock.
Just to make like a broth almost?
Yes, just a broth. Then you let it simmer. It's going to take about...
Fantastic.
It does smell good.
Thank you. It's going to take about 20 minutes to cook it through, all the way through.
And are we keeping it on high, or are we turning the heat down?
Now you're going to put a medium flame.
Medium flame.
Medium flame.
So the fan can go off.
That's right. Now,
no more flames.
No more flames. Now we're safe. All right. Then you're also gonna go with potatoes. Potatoes. Some people prefer to do a bake. Some people prefer deep fry.
Right.
And deep fry, I prefer to do deep fry. But if in a special diet, you can do a bake. It works equally.
I love
so
that.
that's
And you're gonna throw those in there with it?
Yes, the potato's gonna go with that. Now you're gonna add some cornstarch.
All right. What's that gonna do?
Cornstarch. Okay.
That's what's gonna make the gravy. That's what's gonna make
Thicken it up a little bit. There we go. That's a good stuff. It's a secret weapon.
And about how much of this are we going to use for this, or you just basically got to test it out and see how
you got to test it out.
All right.
But it's about a half a cup. Half a cup.
Okay.
Then you're gonna let it simmer.
All right. And we'll quickly throw everything else in there
Put
because I know we got a
together.
finished one.
We have finished one.
Exactly. Now I got a finished product.
That over.
Look at that. I'm gonna present it right here.
There we go.
Grab some forks quick.
Absolutely, you can try it.
We'll give it a try.
See
So
how
we
you
got
like
the 2 for 22, the 3 for 33. It is all at Fred and Steve's Steakhouse. Be sure to check it out.
And if you want this recipe, you can head to our website at WPRI.com.
Enjoy it.
Today in Living Healthy, we all want to make healthier choices in the kitchen, but sometimes a stove can seem intimidating. So to help us learn a simple and nourishing meal, we met back up with Medi weight loss patient Jennifer Nemero. She filled us in on her journey and also showed us a healthy recipe to spice it up in the kitchen. After 10 weeks on the Medi weight loss program, Jennifer Nemero is beaming. She invited me over to show off one of her favorite recipes.
One of my favorites is I make a chicken avocado salsa dish. I just take a chicken breast, coat it on both sides with cumin, garlic powder. You can add other spices if you want, different ones, but that's what I use. Put a little olive oil in the pan. Just sear it for about 5 minutes. Flip it. Then put a cup of salsa in it, cover it, let it steam, let it stay on the stove about 15 minutes. In the meantime, cut up your avocado. The chicken's done on the dish and put your avocado on top, put the salsa on top. Delicious.
And as simple as that, you have dinner and tomorrow's lunch for 160 calories each. Jen says that she often makes 2 servings so that she'll have enough meals for 2 days. She said that the key to cooking is utilizing lots of flavorful spices. Jen also says that she continues to learn how to change her life, and even though she occasionally struggles, she continues to make great progress.
Still feeling good, still really confident. Health has never been better. The best change is that clothes are really loose on me. So I get to buy new clothes that are 2 sizes smaller than they were.
In addition to new clothes, Jen's coworkers, family, and friends are really starting to see a change in her body.
I went to a movie a couple of weeks ago with a friend, and we met at the movie theater, and she saw me and she cried because she said I looked good. So I knew it was sincere.
We'll continue to follow Jen's progress in the Medi weight loss program. If you'd like the recipe to our salsa chicken, just head to our website, WPRI.com.
Coming up, we'll reveal your answers to today's web poll.
It's time to check back in with today's web poll. Nearly 40 million Americans are expected to tune in to the Academy Awards ceremony on Sunday. Do you see movies based upon Oscar wins? 60% of you said yes, the Academy chooses great films, whereas 40% of you say no, I have different tastes. Back over to you.
Thanks, Mary. Coming up tomorrow on The Rhode Show, we know it's still school vacation week, and we've got you covered with the whole family with a fun and educational activity.
Plus, Idol returns, and we'll see if local singer Erica Van Pelt makes it into the top 24. Thanks for joining us on The Rhode Show.
And for more information on anything you've seen here on the show, just head to our website, WPRI.com.
We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Have a great day.